Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football. I use my over 20 plus years of coaching experience to break down goals scored for and against teams in the Premier League. I actually cover every single goal and every single game in the Premier League, and you'll be seeing at the end of the season I'll be doing all the goals conceded and all the goals scored for every single team. So if you want to look at certain teams, see trends and patterns and how they go, maybe you want to put that into your own coaching experience. So when you're trying to become a coach, or maybe you just want to become a better player and learn the rights and wrongs. But let's get into it. But don't forget to give us a like or subscribe before we start. Now let's have a little go. We're going to watch this game, Liverpool against West Ham. Let's have a look at the first goal and see what we can see. Here we go. The first goal of the game is penalty. We generally try not to cover penalties on this channel, but we seem to be doing it more and more because there seems to be more and more penalties coming along in the Premier League. The reason we don't really like to cut it is because they're so subjectical, 50-50. Like if you like the team, you say it should have been a pen. If you don't like it, like people are very dishonest when it comes to their opinions on penalties. But let's have a little look as we move this forward. You can see the run in behind there completely messed up the pass and put the ball behind the striker here. That is just absolutely terrible. You can see how they're crowding him out. They've done a good job of it. Maybe they've forced him to make the bad pass, but at his level, he shouldn't have done that. There's no way. He should have been putting the ball right there and having the striker smashing it into the net box. Couldn't, didn't, terrible. So have a little look, move it forward a bit. Here's the touch. Now, personally, I'm thinking, is he going to have a little shot there? Defender's probably thinking the same thing. Doesn't, goes past him. Defender brings him down. Clear penalty, scores 1-0. But yeah, I get why the defender's gone there, because he thinks he's going to be shooting, so he puts his leg out to stop it, and he gets caught out. But there we go. Let's get on to the next goal, because we can actually talk about something then. So here we go, we're starting off. This is a simple up, back and through. If you don't know what the up, back and through is, basically you knock the ball up and whoever receives the ball knocks it back, normally knocks it back about anywhere 2 or 3 yards, and then that guy plays the ball through. Okay, that's simple. This has been stable since maybe the mid to late 1970s that this has been a play. People have been doing it for ages. So let's have a little look as we play the up, back and through. Plays it up, bump, there he is. He's knocking it back. And then this guy's playing the ball through, completely exploiting the space. It's very hard to deal with that back and through, and it sounds silly unless you're already back in shape. When you're catching them on a transition like this, that through ball is normally, how people normally screw it up is they don't play the through ball out wide, they play the ball through. Okay, and that's the difference. They play the ball more flat towards the goal, because generally what they do is the guy that knocks it back to him, they try to play it back to him, and that's what messes it up. When you play it out wide into space, you can see how effective it is, how easy it is, and it goes through. And they shouldn't be winning headers. Like, this is one of my things with Virgil van Dijk. I think he's one of the most overrated players in the Premier League. Is he a great defender? Yes. Is he an 8 out of 10? Yeah, probably. Is he a 9 or 10 out of 10? No. He's a solid 8. He used to be a 9 or a 10. He used to be like a Rolls-Royce defender, but he's not anymore. You can get at him, which you've just seen there with that header, even though it's Andy Robinson down here, I think. But you can see they're not a dominant force in the air. So let's play this forward. Again, Bosch, here we go. And Van Dijk gets beaten there, and it's in the goal. Diving header, wins the ball. Very quick. Very precise. It's actually quite good play from West Ham, to be fair. Liverpool, honestly, I just don't think they're defensively very good at all, especially in that transition period there. Let's get on to the next goal. So we've seen a couple of goals like this in the last couple of weeks, especially in the Champions League as well, where players on the ball just get all the time in the world. You've got all these guys here, and no one has any interest in closing him down because they think, for some reason, they're defensively, their shape is perfect and they're okay. Are they okay? They're not bad, but the problem you've got is when you've got a World Cup winning, world-class midfielder like this guy, he's going to pick a pass, and he doesn't have to be that good. Who was it the other day? Man United. Johnny Evans did one for Bruno Fernandes's goal. Same thing. Just seems to have all the time in the world, no cares whatsoever, and he can actually pick out a worldy pass. Look how much time he's got, boof, and then he picks out a worldy pass. Now, not only is the pass great, but the finish is sublime as well. Bosch, great finish. But I'm going to give the defender here some stick, because the defender, watch, he could have been much closer to him. Right, he could have been much closer with him on that run. He kind of starts letting him go. He sees where the ball's going, and he doesn't get anywhere near him to touch him, to try to put him off, to try to even make any sort of challenge to make that finish a little bit harder. That striker there, Liverpool, I think his name's Nunes. he's missed some bloody open goals in that game, and if you put a little bit of pressure on him, I think he would have missed that one too, instead of scoring a worldie. Yeah, I don't give the defenders much credit there at all. Let's see if I can find another angle, see if I can find a better bit for that. Here we go, this is a bit better, so you can actually see how close these two defenders are, and neither of them get close enough to put in a challenge. Look, he's close there, but not close enough to put in a challenge. And I blame the other defender. Because, look, Nunes can see that one guy in his eye, but there's no sort of. I'm not talking about. It's hard to explain without showing you physically. I want you to touch his shoulder. I want your shoulder to be putting on his shoulder. That's what I want to happen. So when he turns to make that shot, he's actually a little bit more off balance. That's what I want. It doesn't happen. This is a better angle for one. I want to show you how far he is away. As the ball comes across, you can see the difference. You can see he's not close enough to even touch him before the ball's gone into the net. And the guy that I wanted him to get close enough because he's bigger and strong enough, it's Kurt Zuma, I think, is nowhere to be seen. And he knows it as well, because as soon as that ball goes in, watch his reaction. He knows he should have been closer. His hands go up. He knows he should have been closer there, and he wasn't. Right, let's get on to this next goal and see what we can see. Overall, it's good marking by West Ham. I quite like what they're doing. It's not the best, it's not the worst. Van Dijk gets his little nod down, and it's a tap-in. It's kind of like the West Ham goal in the fact that they have to stop the initial challenge, header from overrated Van Dijk, and they don't. And that just causes all their problems. Just like when Liverpool didn't stop that first header going up to them, it caused all their problems. Overall, not a good goal, not a bad goal. Just a goal. Not much bad defending in that either. So, just a goal. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football. Don't forget to like and subscribe.